You should be running. I'm never going to help you. Why me? I'm not asking you to help me. I'm not a cop anymore. I'll do it. Not for you. For her.
Hola y muy buenas a todos y bienvenidos a la parte 2 de este episodio 1 del juego Blues and Bullets. Vamos a continuar por aquí, que es donde lo habíamos dejado. Vale, ahora tenemos que entrar en modo disparo. Ayuda de nuestra amiga bebida. Vamos a elegir el zumo, va. A este tío le gusta más el whisky. Vamos a responder el teléfono.
Ness.
Eliot, I found Carlo Boccarini.
I knew you would, Alice.
Write this down. 31 Wicker Avenue in Lakeview.
Thanks. Nice work.
Eliot, what do you want with him? He's got a hell of a file.
Vamos a decir una mentirijilla.
Some mail turned up for him at the diner with the wrong address.
Eliot, don't lie to me. I'm a cop. If you go outside the law, I can't protect you.
Alice, I don't have much time. I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks.
Qué rápido nos ha pillado la mentira, ¿eh? Es que mira que era mala.
Tomorrow's going to be a long, long day. "31 Wicker Avenue. This is it."
You sure?
I'm sure.
At last. That stench of stale grease about you reminds me too much of my old job.
You worked as a waiter?
I was a chef, and not in any old kitchen. At the maximum security penitentiary on Gore Island. Can't think of a better way to do time. And how do you think I met Alphonse? Playing golf?
Alphonse?
On the subject of cooking, I know your blueberry pie had an extra something. I still don't know what.
Alphonse?
So what now? You got a plan?
Take a look around, in case there's a rear exit. I'll take the main door.
My pleasure.
The fact that a criminal like him can hang up his shingle in broad daylight says a lot about Santa Esperanza.
Vale, vamos a picar a la casa del mafioso.
Interesting taste. Been centuries since a gardener visited this house. Maybe Boccarini's business isn't going too well.
Vamos a picar a la puerta.
Boccarini? Carlo Boccarini?
Nothing of interest out back. Sorry. You better come see this, Mr. Ness.
What is it?
I don't know how to describe it.
Parece que han llegado antes que nosotros y ya se lo han cepillado.
Is that our man?
Boccarini.
My God.
We have to find out who did this and why. Let's go.
You're the detective, Mr. Ness. Besides, Alfonso will want to see this. I'll be right back.
All right.
Pero no somos policías, estamos en una escena de crimen sin...
Maybe the body parts can shed some light on the motive.
Vale, vamos a mirar.
Holy Christ, what the hell are we up against? His teeth were all pulled out before he was killed. The buildup of blood inside his mouth speaks for itself. His eyes were pulled clean out of their sockets. Whoever did this, it wasn't their first time. And if they committed any other murders like this, it's likely that the police found some of the bodies. I must remember to ask Alice.
Vale. Esto solo es en la cara, ¿eh? Vamos más para atrás. Vamos a ver el otro cuarto.
The blood comes from the other side of the corridor and ends next to the body. He was attacked in the other room and dragged to the hall.
Vale, ya tenemos 3 pistas.
The evidence suggests that the events began in the lounge. How did Boccarini encounter his murderer? Whatever crushed the table must have been really heavy, or maybe it was thrown extremely hard.
Vale, aquí ya parece que no hay nada más, ¿no?
Did it break during the struggle, or was it already broken? Blood. Blood everywhere. What kind of person takes off a wristwatch without unfastening it? Or fastens the strap again after taking it off?
Vaya, que lo mismo le han cortado la mano para quitárselo. Por eso sigue cerrado.
Smells of whiskey.
Ay, ¿cómo conoces ese olor, bribón?
Glass on the floor indicates the window was broken from outside.
Vale, una pistola debajo de la
There's
mesa.
something under there.
Yo no lo tocaría, pero vaya.
How
Vaya,
did it wind
detective.
up under there? Not one round fired. It must have happened fast.
Para ser detective no eres muy lince, ¿eh? Porque ahora has dejado todas tus huellas. Solo falta que nos acusen a nosotros. Vale, falta un cuchillo.
One knife's missing, the biggest one. What is it with Italians and olives? They lap those things up like caviar.
5 pistas en las aceitunas.
Like a true bachelor, he should have put these into soak. Hours of scraping to get them clean. Although at this stage, I don't think Boccarini's too worried about that. Four glasses. 2 of water, 2 of wine. I've always been a whiskey man, but I know a good wine when I see one. Leftover lasagna, and it looks good. Why is it that 2 out of 3 Italian gangsters are great cooks? I'll never understand what the deal is with them and cooking. The plates and the glasses leave no room for doubt. Boccarini had company for dinner.
Cerrada.
Shut from the inside.
Vale, la mesa creo que no lo habíamos visto todo, ¿verdad? No, quedaban 4.
Fingernails scratched the wood. Blood ran like water.
Esto es la...
Perfectly circular dint, as if someone had tried to hammer in a gigantic bolt, around 4 inches in diameter.
Vamos a ver las pistas. Vale, no sé si lo tenemos que colocar o algo. Creo que no. Que simplemente es algo que tenemos que rellenar de pistas. Igualmente vamos a continuar con el cadáver.
This isn't a cut, it's a tear. His hands were ripped off. Who has that kind of strength? Pity he won't last till Christmas, because he'd almost pass for a tree. There's no doubt the murderer took his time. Once he got stuck in there, looks like the bottom of a glass. It's Boccarini, no doubt about that. Although the one I remember was more together.
Ah, vale, que hay más casa incluso.
Jammed shut from the inside. Maybe between the 2 of us when Milton gets back. If I'm not mistaken, this door opens onto the same room as the locked door in the kitchen.
Una cuchara. Muy interesante.
Blood and some kind of sticky liquid. Oh shit. I should have stayed in my diner.
Madre mía, las manitas juntas. ¿Qué locura es esta? Tenemos que abrir los dedos uno a uno. Bueno, 2 en 2. Es un poco tétrico esto, ¿eh?
Are these teeth from the body? Well, at least I know why his teeth were pulled out, more or less.
Madre mía, qué locura.
What is that? Looks like a ritual. What was Boccherini mixed up in?
Vale, solo podíamos ir aquí. Lo de la bañera parece que no podemos ir. Y vamos a ir por este pasillo. Directos al garaje.
This car looks too classy for a forger like Boccherini. Are there sufficient reasons to believe that when the murderer attacked Boccherini, there was someone else in the house? The first possibility to be ruled out is that the car belonged to Boccherini. Vermont plates. Someone drove a long way. Let's take a look in the glove compartment.
Lo de no tocar no lo lleva muy a rajatabla, ¿eh?
Bingo. A man's cigarette case.
Una pitillera de hombre.
OB. One of the Boccherini clan?
No, no podemos pasar. Vale, vamos a ver el tablón que nos piden tanto.
The initials OB on a cigarette case.
Vale, ahora hay que ir
A
colocando
car with Vermont plates.
las pistas.
1. It has Vermont plates. 2. It's too luxurious for a criminal of his standing. 3. The initials on the cigarette case don't match his name. The next possibility that needs to be ruled out is that the car was stolen. There should be evidence that there was someone else in the house. Dirty plates, glasses, and silverware from a dinner for 2. The dirty dishes and glasses prove that Boccherini ate lasagna with one other person. Was Boccherini's guest still in the house when the murderer showed up?
Y eso sí que no lo podemos ver. Vamos a ir a lo de la mutilación. Vamos a hacerlo ahora poquito a poquito.
Boccherini's teeth were all pulled out. The murderer tore Boccherini's hands off. Hands ripped off, teeth torn out. I guess I'll have to rule out criminal intent or a personal angle. Boccherini's eyes still haven't shown up. What if I look for whatever was used to remove them? A teaspoon stained with blood and some kind of sticky liquid. The mixture of sticky liquid and blood can only mean one thing. The spoon was used to remove Boccherini's eyes. The mutilations and the disappearance of his eyes suggest 2 possible motives. Psychopathy or cultist fanaticism. Which is it?
El motivo vamos a poner...
Some kind of symbol drawn in blood. A sick altar of human flesh. Although I don't know the origin of the symbol in the bathroom and the altar of flesh and teeth, I'd say the motive was some kind of occult religion. The big question is, who did it?
Vale, y ahora falta lo que sería el asalto.
Pieces of glass from the window in the hall, found inside the house. 2 pools of blood, one on either side of the dining room table.
No me deja esta pista.
A door in the kitchen, blocked from the inside. It opens onto the same room as the jammed door in the corridor. What looks like the bottom of a broken glass buried in Boccherini's back.
No. Hay que mirar lo del asalto. Y lo del testigo me da que el testigo va a estar encerrado en la sala esa. Está cagado de miedo y encerrado en esa salita. Vale, vamos a buscar más indicios de estos del asalto. Vamos a darle a correr porque si no el movimiento, mira que es lento, ¿eh?
This was opened recently.
Vale, nueva pista. Vamos a probar lo del testigo.
A door in the kitchen, blocked from the inside. It opens onto the same room as the jammed door in the corridor.
¿Qué puede ser?
It looks like the bottom. A broken whiskey glass found in the dining room. The trail of blood from the dining room to the... A blood-stained wristwatch with a glass broke. What looks like the bottom of a broken glass. It seems clear that Boccherini and his guest were drinking when the murderer took them by surprise. The real question is, what happened to the witness? Did they escape? Did the murderer take them? Or are they still in the house?
Vale, ahora sí.
A door in the kitchen, blocked from the inside. A door in the corridor jammed shut. A one locked door could be a coincidence, but two locked doors which open onto the same room can't be. Either I'm completely wrong, or the witness is in that room. But I need Milton to open one of those doors.
Vale, ahora falta lo de que digamos el asalto.
Two pools of blood. A pistol, fully loaded. A blood-stained wristwatch.
¿No?
The trail of blood from the dining room. Two pools of blood. A broken table, scratched and covered.
Rarísimo
An
esto.
open bottle of whiskey.
Una botella de whisky abierto.
Was drinking in the dining room when
¿Es
he
una
was seen
pista?
bursting through the window. Boccherini pulled his gun, but the murderer disarmed him before he could shoot. Where did the torture begin? A broken table, scratched and covered
Ahora
in
sí.
blood. Two pools of blood, one on either side of the dining room table. The trail of blood from the dining room. A blood-stained wristwatch with a glass broken. The bloodstains show that the murderer began to torture Boccherini on the dining table itself. That was where his hands were torn off. As a result, his wristwatch fell to the ground. How did the body reach its current position? The trail of blood from the dining room to the hall.
Vale, parece que falta una pistilla más.
Takes a strong man to tear that out. Or several.
Vale, esta supongo será la última pista.
The lamp, torn off its brackets and blocked. Boccherini, already minus hands, was dragged into the hall, where the murderer used the brackets of the lamp to complete his macabre diorama.
Mr. Ness, can you open the door for me?
It was open. Why did you ring?
I thought I should use the doorbell so I wouldn't startle you.
I didn't notice there was a doorbell.
Says the man Milton had left in charge of an important investigation. So, what can you tell me to restore my faith in you as a detective?
What is that?
Not a good start. It's a camera, so Alphonse can see all this.
All right, follow me. Boccherini had company for dinner. Someone from Vermont with the initials OB. Someone whose social status was a lot higher, but who was on the same side of the law. He served lasagna, and after clearing away the dishes, they opened a bottle of whiskey in the dining room. That was when the murderer burst in on them, coming through the window which he broke with his own body weight. Boccherini, or maybe his guest, pulled a gun, but it was a waste of time. The murderer was so fast he was disarmed before he could fire. He focused his attention on Boccherini, totally ignoring the guest, and lifted him up into the air. He then threw him against the dining room table so hard that one of the glasses of whiskey was embedded in Boccherini's back. He span around, clawing at the table, and immediately afterwards the murderer ripped off his hands. I have no idea how he did it, but all the evidence suggests he just pulled. Blood sprayed everywhere. The wristwatch fell to the ground. He dragged him through the corridor into the hall. He tore down the lamp, hung him from the brackets, and stabbed steel rods through his body. He skewered him on the iron bars, possibly taken from the fence outside, and pulled out his teeth one by one. Then he pulled his teeth out one by one as he died. Finally, he scooped out his eyes with a teaspoon. Boccherini must have been dead when the murderer went to the bathroom with his hands in his teeth. There, he arranged them to make an altar, weaving the fingers together and placing the teeth inside. Next, he painted something on the wall in blood, a symbol which I don't recognize, but which could have some kind of ritualistic significance. When he'd finished his artwork, he left. I don't know what he did with the eyes.
You're telling me that someone did all this armed with a teaspoon?
More or less.
And you worked all this out on your own, just by looking?
More or less.
I don't know which of the two of you scares me more. Wait a second. What about the guest?
Right. Come with me. Nothing.
Turns out Mr. Untouchable isn't infallible. But you were close. Congratulations.
This must be Boccherini's office. Let's take a quick look around.
All yours.
Vale, aquí tenemos... No nos interesa ahora mismo que está leyendo. Vamos a por las pruebas. Bastante dinero, ¿eh?
Jesus, there's at least $1 million here.
Mm-hmm. Boccherini's?
I'd be surprised. Probably his guests, and I doubt it was to pay Boccherini for his services. None of his forgeries are worth that much. Carlo, I have the goods for OB, but I have to take the children to school tomorrow and I can't make the meetup. Friday, same time, same place. It's signed NI.
Mm-hmm. These initials are getting to be a pain in the ass, right?
I have to take the kids to school tomorrow. I don't think this is some loving divorced daddy, Milton.
I take back what I just said.
The driver's license of one John Martinson and Osmond Burke. OB.
Do we know him?
The eldest son of the richest family in Vermont, convicted rapist. He was arrested thanks to the testimony of his father, who wound up disinheriting him. He escaped from prison last week. He broke into the family home and slit the throats of all his relatives one by one. opened the safe, and got away with a fortune.
They don't make jails like they used to.
Esto lo habíamos visto
All
antes
starting to add up,
en un
isn't it?
periódico.
Milton!
You're doing fine on your own, Mr. Ness. I believe in you.
Madre mía. Anda que nos ayuda el negro, ¿eh? Mierda. Me he equivocado de botón, ¿eh? Culpa mía. Mea culpa.
Starting to add up, isn't it?
Ahora.
Milton! Milton!
You're doing fine on your own, Mr. Ness. I believe in you.
Anda que nos ayuda, ¿eh? Madre mía. Pero ¿cómo lo tiras otra vez contra el cuchillo?
Get out of my way, I said! He's coming back!
Who's coming back?
Him! The monster!
The guy who killed Boccherini?
He was a monster! Oh, get your hands off me, Negro!
What was he like? Describe him for me.
It was a monster. Red and black. I mean, his head reached the ceiling. He tore off his hands with his claws! It was a monster! A monster!
Should I hit him again?
Sí, sí, por favor. Pégale.
You're Osmond.
Que me ha matado una vez.
Yes.
Good. Now pay attention, Burke, because I have a question for you.
El
Who was this
maletín.
money for?
Nikolai Ivankov.
Rings a bell.
One of Capone's right-hand men 20 years ago. What does this stuff about kids mean?
I don't know.
Calm down, Burke. You were going to meet up with him, right?
Yes, at the docks, berth 42, right next to where the alligator 3 is moored.
So what's the meetup time?
Tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? No. It's going to be tonight. Don't get too comfortable. We'll be there in no time. There are certain types of people I don't allow in my diner. But today, I have no choice but to make an exception.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Ness. I have to take him to Alphonse.
Out of the question. I know his temper. He'll beat him to a pulp.
Listen, if the missing girl was your granddaughter, you wouldn't forgive me if I didn't let you see the only suspect who could lead us to her.
Okay.
Shucks.
What?
I thought that bloodbath would cover up the smell of stale grease. I was wrong.
Nos están diciendo que olemos mal, así porque sí. Al caer la noche. A ver qué pasa. Está muy interesante esto, ¿eh? Es que me cuesta hasta hablar porque estoy tan metido dentro de la historia.
Eliot?
Ah, Delphine.
Oh, thank God you're here. The lights were off, so I thought that... I'm sorry. I got out of the hospital late, then I went to the station to pick up Jim's check, and when they told me... I'm scared.
Of what?
What are you drinking?
Whisky.
Drop of whiskey. Just a drop.
Breathe on me. You heard me. You idiot. You frightened me just when... No! You knew!
Knew about what?
What's that gun doing there?
El
I'd
secreto,
love
vamos.
to tell you, but I can't. It's better you don't get involved.
You know, don't you?
No, I don't know. And if you keep up the guessing games, I'll never know.
He's back.
Who?
Him. I don't know why it still surprises me, but it's incredible that you were such a good detective, and yet you've never been able to understand people. Capone got out of jail.
Where'd you hear that?
Chief Jenkins.
Chief Jenkins. The same guy who said he was going to clean up Santa Esperanza, right? In that case, you can rest assured Capone just put on his striped pajamas, and in 4 minutes' time, he'll be snoring in his cell.
Eliot, what if it's true? If he's out, what's the first thing he's going to do? Who does he hate more than anyone?
Let him come. He'll find the fastest waiter in Santa Esperanza. Before he can pull his gun, I'll have him dead drunk.
Please, Eliot, don't joke. You're the only part of Jim's life that I have left. If you put yourself in danger,
Oh, somos un seductor,
I'm fine. Thanks.
My hand? I burnt it cooking. Fried eggs are the devil's work.
What's going on, Eliot?
Poco mentirosos, somos.
We're closed.
Can you wait outside for a couple of minutes, Milton?
Sure, of course. Although, I'm sorry to say, but we're short on time.
Eliot,
Vamos a optar por el caso. Somos
Come
un
in, Milton, come
detective.
in. Delphine, I'll tell you later. Now...
you said you'd never treat me like that again. I'm glad I could confirm that you're okay.
Venga, hombre. Somos un detective para todo.
No, and it's none of your business.
Sorry to butt in. I've brought your rapist costume for the party.
Nuestro disfraz de violador. Arde un deseo de verlo.
Seriously, you're not...
No, she's the wife of a friend who died in the line of duty, Jim Dockers.
Alphonse told me about him.
Your Alphonse killed him.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Ness. Although he's not the same man he was. Anyway, isn't the deal with marriage until death do us part?
It's not that simple. There are other factors.
La lealtad.
Dockers was my best friend. I couldn't do that to him, not even now he's dead.
Right. So you like her, but you don't have the nerve.
Oh yeah? What would you do?
Women have never been one of my priorities.
I'm sorry.
Forget it.
Uy, uy, uy. Y nosotros desnudándonos a lo suyo.
You screwed Alphonse good, didn't you?
I don't think he holds it against me this far down the line. He's a new man now, right?
Did you enjoy it?
Yes. I think it was the happiest day of my life. That bastard deserved it.
Maybe it was. Because based on what I've seen, from that day on it went downhill. Did they find those kids?
No. How do I look?
Like the invisible man in the movie. No one's gonna buy it.
Take it easy. Everything's going to work out fine.
Qué bonitos estamos. Este es el disfraz de violador.
sure it's here?
Relax. It's just a little further. Just follow me.
This plan is suicidal. We're gonna die.
Probably, but I don't have anything better to do tonight.
And the lady at the diner?
I told you, Milton, I can't get involved.
The question isn't whether you can, it's whether she wants you to, my friend.
Milton, if you go on contradicting me, you're not going to get into your role. Don't forget, while we're here, you're supposed to be at my beck and call.
While we're here.
Hear that? Not bad.
A white boy who likes the blues. What's next? You gonna let the black man vote?
Bueno, estamos claros, estamos en los años 30. O sea que los negros no tenían demasiados derechos aquí en América. Por no decir ninguno. Vale.
Hey you, where do you think you're going?
I'm here to
Autoridad.
see your boss, so do your job.
What did you just say, you freak?
Well, we tried being polite.
Kick him in the balls, honey.
It'd be my pleasure, sweetie chops.
Dakota.
Yeah, my pleasure, Miss Dakota.
Vamos a ser
Maybe
rudos.
you can kick me in the balls, but not him. I gelded him myself, like an ox. You can't imagine the kind of strength that gives. He could split your chest with a single headbutt.
And anyone else who gets in your way, Mr. Burke.
Ah, you got one of those uppity Negroes, I see.
Sí, vamos a seguir
You
la
have
corriente.
no idea, my friend. Takes the patience of a saint.
Yeah. Look, pal, without an appointment, you can't come in.
I have an appointment in the name of Osmond Burke.
You're Burke. Why didn't you say so before? Come on in.
Ahora sí. Pensaba que nos íbamos a pegar y yo ya estaba aquí deseoso de pegarme. Vale, no sabía si eran ellos.
What is that thing?
You really wanna know? Better off not asking.
Madre mía, ¿qué había ahí dentro? Vale, 2:42, que es donde habíamos quedado. Ya podrían dejarnos correr, porque a veces se hace un poco lento esto.
It's supposed to be here.
Where's the ship?
Looking for someone.
We arranged to meet Nikolai Ivankov at berth 42, but it looks like the ship isn't moored here. Has she set sail?
Hombre, a simple vista no se ve ningún barco, ¿eh? Eso te lo puedo asegurar.
Maybe she's sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
Vale, es un submarino, o sea, no sé. Y vaya submarino, ¿no? Esto es un buque... Es algo de guerra, por lo menos. No me quiero imaginar quién es el jefe este, Nikolai. Mafioso, pero vaya, que tiene un submarino aquí de guerra. Ya ves, vaya barquito se trae. Se supone que por el nombre tiene que ser ruso, ¿no? Vaya, sale una luz para dejarnos aquí con la intriga. Bueno, pues parece que ha llegado hasta aquí. Espero que os haya gustado el episodio. Sé que queda un poquito más de juego porque lo he visto... Lamentablemente lo he quitado y luego jugando yo solo he visto que había un poco más de juego, así que lo voy a dejar. Espero que os haya gustado. Bueno, la ambientación es muy buena, la música genial. Es el primer episodio de 5 que tienen que salir. Os avisaré por Twitter y ya veréis el vídeo colgado los que me sigáis directamente del episodio 2. Los subiré los 5 en principio. Tengo la idea al menos esta de subir los 5 episodios. Y nada, vamos a esperar a que pase un poquito esto. Tenemos aquí las voces originales de los actores en inglés, lamentablemente. Todavía no ha habido la traducción esta al castellano, pese a ser un estudio español. Pero ya dijeron que por tema de presupuestos y demás prefirieron enfocarlo más al mercado extranjero que al español. Algo lógico, comparado con lo que se vende en otros mercados con el español. O con el latino, por así decirlo. Vaya estatua, además, genuina, por así decirlo. Madre mía, la niña rodeada de monstruos.
You know that we punish children who behave badly, don't you? Yesterday it was Juliet who behaved badly. Do you remember?
Uh-huh.
She hit Junior so she would finish ahead of him in the morning race. Do you know what we did to her?
Mm-mm.
Don't worry. You'll find out soon enough. Which do you prefer? The doll or the plush toy?
La muñeca.
Mickey bit Tom so he could take his food. Do you know what we did with him?
Bruno says you killed him.
Bruno says many things. Which do you prefer, blonde hair or brown?
Ah, elegir el moreno.
And today, you tried to escape. Do you know what the difference is?
No.
Juliet and Mickey hurt their friends so that we would not punish them. You tried to escape, but you did not harm your friends. You even tried to help Bruno, although in the end you chose, very wisely, to save yourself. We are going to punish you. But in a different way than Juliet and Mickey. Bruno, on the other hand, did something very similar to them. He betrayed you to avoid being punished.
I'm sorry.
Which of these two drawings do you like best?
Hombre, ninguno. No sé elegir el de la derecha. Este es el que hemos visto además en el piso de aquel mafioso.
I'm sorry.
Madre mía, pobre niño. Bueno, pues hasta aquí el juego. Espero que os haya gustado. Nos vemos en el siguiente. Adiós.